This is another video on the ideas that I've had for last month, which is November 2022. It's halfway through December, so let's not talk on why I'm doing the one for November so late. But let's just get into it. So I started the month off with this Vibes Cartel sample from More Than You Receive. Really good song. I listened to it a bunch, and there's a sample in here which I really like. Similar to the Lil Tecca one that I did last month, I basically just wanted this sample as a loop for me personally to listen to. But hopefully when I get better, I will be able to flip it. So that's the sample, really cool, really like it. This was the edited tempo, so I sped it up. This was the original that I also might do something with. In this as well, I've added in an introduction section, and yeah, that's at the original tempo. You can tell I like this beat because I've made 3 different versions. This version is reversed, so I've reversed the chorus but kept that sample intact. I really like the reverse sound of the chorus. It sounds like a song on its own, and then hopefully I'll be able to develop that at a later date. Moving on, this is a song I called Chill, so we'll see how good it is. I like this melody here, this pattern. I wonder what that is. Flex, all right. So I like that, I think it's got potential. Really need to rework it. The drums, I think maybe a bit too much, and also change the sounds of them. And then yeah, adjust the layers. But that's not too bad, has some potential. This next one is called Horns. So I wonder what is gonna be inside it. Really good. That's just the there's only the horns in a single pattern, so I assume that I've just had the idea of this or heard the sound from BBC Symphony Orchestra. I'm addicted to this plugin at the moment, and then yeah, got the idea from that. Really good. Sounds really epic and kind of medievalish. I think I could kind of create that into a really hard rap beat. I don't know, we'll see. I like that though. This one is called Toy Box, taken from the main contact sound that it uses. I like that. There's a cool, or is it? Here, Contact, Kinetic Treats has a bunch of toy box-ish sounds. It's quite nice, and then also we've got a bunch of BBC Symphony Orchestra, which I'm in love with. So I think it has potential. I need to rearrange a bit. Kind of has an interesting feel to it, which I think could be developed into something good. This next one is actually something from a previous song that I did in the month of October. I've tended to find that a lot of my tracks are very long-winded and drone-like, using very long notes, and I want to start making things that are more commercially accepted, or you know, you could actually play on a radio or make an actual song out of it and eventually work with some artists. So although I liked the melody of the previous one, I sped it up and stripped the sounds and put in some more. The levels need sorting out, but I think it's really interesting, and I'm trying to figure it out. What makes a song pop, or what makes it a commercial success, and what is a mass group of music listeners? What drives us to popularity, and why are those instrumentals or those beats, why are they favored more than others? And I think one problem for me when I was making music at university, and then X many years ago, I think it was I was using a lot of long notes and slow tempos. I don't know, in this one it sounds better than it did than the previous one. I don't know if that's because of drums, I don't know if it's because I've upped the tempo, I don't know if it's because of its fewer instruments but shorter notes. I don't know, but I find it interesting. And yeah, I think there's more potential in this one than there was in the other one. If you recognize the melody from the last video, Monthly Ideas video, that's what it was. I actually made a full-length video on the first one, I think. On here, I was trying to get more into the grime. I grew up on grime halfway through teenagehood, and yeah, I really want to start being able to make good grime beats. Although that is not good, there is potential. There was a Reactor VST that I used, though I deleted it because I never used it, and never used it. However, I think there's potential. The note's pretty good, it's pretty simple. Obviously it needs a lot more work, but I think the sound is quite unique and interesting. So, potential to develop from. This is also one that I went into it wanting to make something good, or wanting to develop myself. So I watched a few videos on how to create better melodies, and this was one of the first examples of me actually trying my hand at it. I like it and I'm pretty proud of it. I think it's one of the first beats I've made that kind of show the potential that I can output. The melody, the guitars sound really good. This was also one of the first tracks that I started using Heat Up, and also some samples from, who is it? J Cactus is stuff here, the Vault 2. BBC Symphony Orchestra, I'm going to use that a lot until I find something better, but for the moment it's excellent. There is a bridge section which I'm not too sure about. Songs need a bridge, and yeah, I really like it. I got a rain background atmosphere here. I started doing this when I was in university. I'd put outside background atmospheric samples under my mixes to just fill them out and give them a bit more uniqueness. I also saw a guy talk about this. He made a beat with T-Pain and a video on YouTube, but I forgot what his name was. But it's a very good trick. I think works well. Yes, definitely potential for that. It feels like there's a lot of high end when the double bass is taken out, so I'll have to adjust the levels and such. So a little more work to be done on that one, but overall I think it's pretty good. This one is titled Meh, so no awards for guessing if it's trash or not. there's somewhat potential, as you can probably guess. I listened to a lot of rock music when I was younger. Could spin it into a kind of hybrid between hip hop and some rock, or do some alternative hip hop sounds like Blade or that Sad Boy collective from Europe, Young Lean. The sounds definitely need changing, the drums need doing again, but I think there's a tiny bit of potential there. The one that I just showed you, that I was kind of proud of, I made that melody and then after went back and developed it more. This one was the actual first one that I was genuinely proud of in this process of relearning how to make beats or how to do music production. I made it in a night, pretty much. I did like 90% of it, which is surprising because most of the time I'm so frustrated on not being able to come up with ideas, or just hitting a brick wall, or not developing a pattern or melody in the way that I want to. But this one just kind of seemed to flow out, which was really nice. Just by looking at it, it looks like the most professional. And yeah, I'm really happy with it. And I'll do a full length video on this one in the future, definitely. So yeah, I really like this track. It sounds good. To me, it's probably the best, one of the best, or the best that I've done so far. However, still, although I think this is pretty good, could an artist sing on this or rap over this? I don't know. Is it too many? Is it too complex? Does it need to be stripped away for an artist to jump on it? Is it too, more like sound art rather than a beat? I don't know. Doing a full-length video on that one sometime in the future. This little one is titled Sun, so maybe it's bright. Like I previously said, it's quite amazing that I can push out something that I think isn't too bad, and then also something that sounds like that. It sounds like a kid's theme tune. Again, the melody is not too bad, there's potential, but maybe there's potential in every melody. A whole lot needs changing on it, and we'll move on quickly.
One, two, uno, dos.
This one, there was a somatic sample that I really liked. It was like a toy box.
Two.
Over here, like a kids audio toy box thingy that they play with. I think I definitely had one. I like those sounds in a beat, or in like a UK rap or grime beat. I just need to adapt everything else around it.
One.
So there's another one that is on the low scale of quality. So following this, we've got one titled Trying. So at this point, I think I was frustrated with the previous two that I made, and actually needed to push myself to make something that is commercially appreciated by the ear, rather than music that I like. Which I think the track I showed you that I'm proud of, I think it's good, but I don't think it's good for a beat, if you know what I mean. I don't think it's good for someone to hop on and rap over. So this was me actually trying to make that. So this bass line over here needs to be taken out, but overall I think the melody is pretty good. You could definitely hear this on a UK rap beat or drill beat. So yeah, it's funny to see the range of quality that comes out. Definitely potential in there. I think that has potential to be an actual beat that someone could jump on. So here we've got another one that I really like. It includes a sample from Cymatic's Euphoria sample pack. I really like it. I think those drums could be changed a little bit. I made this and then somehow I just thought of another drum pattern that went with it. So the thing I like about this track, and I think that it has potential, is that it has quite a bit of interest in the transition of beats. Although it's pretty much just a melody change of the weight sample and then a beat change, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's nice, and I need to add a few more percussion elements to it. I've got some cymbals over here, but just incorporating more will make that sound fuller. Definitely potential in that one. And then we come to the last one, which is called Sunset. This is, I listen to a bunch of dancehall, and I really want to make a decent dancehall track, but as you can tell, I'm not Jamaican, so it's a bit difficult for me. Though I am in love with dancehall and probably listen to it more than any other genre, particularly for the last few years, I don't know, it's just not within, if you know what I mean. So this was my first attempt. I wanted to create something that Chronic Law would be on, or Alkaline, or Tommy Lee Sparta, I think his name is. Something really dark like that. I really like it. The element of orchestral sounds of strings and mixed with the interest and brightness of dancehall style, but really dark and cold. I wanted to make that, but it turned out bright. First attempt of a boy from Northampton, middle of England, on dancehall. I don't think it's too bad. Very bright. Maybe it doesn't sound fully like dancehall because maybe the sounds need changing. Could do with being a bit thicker as well. I like the Forest, the Life sample pack. This Forest sample that I've got here, which kind of suits the genre. So yeah, maybe not too bad. There's definite potential, and I'll definitely finish it. I have later gone on to make another one, which is a bit darker. But yeah, it's not too bad, I don't think. So that was everything. All of the ideas I got down for the month of November. I'll continue doing these every month. I think it's interesting. It's funny to see the scale, the range. Some are like awful, and some are okay. For me, not too bad. I really like the process of it, and hopefully people can watch this and relate to getting back into making music or starting out making music. Some are going to be awful, but the consistency and the development will eventually and hopefully bring around rewards, in music that you actually like and enjoy and would listen to. And even if it's just you listening to it, pretty good hobby. Thank you for watching again, and I'll see you in the next one.